This is Phil and I'm Marianne, and this is our new floating home, Narrowboat Our Time. We've been on board since June 2024 and we're now exploring the UK canal networks. Come along with us and see what we find. We're in Exeter. We're at the site of Exeter Basin on what we believe to be the oldest canal in the UK, built in the 1560s, opened in 1566. We're here at the basin, and if I spin you around, you can see some of the old warehouse buildings have been repurposed for breweries and obviously coffee shops. So not much boat activity, and then you've got the old site where everything's been knocked down and new builds put up with more bakeries, coffee shops, pizzas and a rockfish restaurant. This is the canal basin, and over the walkway there is the site of the River Exe. So we'll take you for a walk over and see what we find. The most memorable and key dates for the canal's history are as follows. In 1563, the canal was commissioned. Then in 1566, the opening of the original canal, 1 3/4 miles long. 1676, the canal was extended. 1701, the canal widened and deepened to 42 feet and 14 feet deep. 1827, the canal was extended a further 2 miles south to the present entrance at Turf Locks, giving access to crafts of over 400 tonne. In 1830, they had the city basin built to enable vessels to load and unload. In 1832, Topsham Lock was built. In the 1960s to 1972, coasters ceased using the canal to deliver fuel and timber.
There is a better view of the quay, showing that they actually did get some quite tall ships in. Again, looking back up through, obviously one of the trip boats here, you can see the size of the boats. One of the old cranes.
This one was built in 1912 in Norfolk. That boat.
1912.
Yeah.
Huh. There's one of the old cranes, looks like it's hand driven. Wouldn't like to be the man that's winding that one up and down. But again, this is a basin. Just down there we've got the locks. That's a shame. I can't remember, I think it was called the Blue Ball pub. Been there forever. But it looks like it's either undergoing renovation or shut down. So as mentioned before, you can get ships up into Exeter Bay, I suppose you'd call it. The main part, so you could get ships off the canal through these set of gates. This is the canal. Look at the difference in the colour of water. Let's say not a lock, simply a set of gates that you can close in times of flood, and a swing bridge. Strictly not part of the canal, so I didn't count it as. And the Exe then continues down over a weir and disappears down towards the sea. But here we have the first official swing bridge on the Exeter Canal. Don't think I've ever seen it open. That gives you the entrance. I don't know what that is. That's 25, 30 feet. Gives you an idea of the size of boats that you could get up here. Tank number 4, we've had helicopters, aeroplanes, human malfunction. So this is a canal, brings you up through. You got one swing bridge that will take you into the quay. There's another swing bridge that will take you onto the Exe. There's a set of gates on there that they can close should the Exe go into flood, so that the canal doesn't flood. Normally left open, I believe. So we'll take a quick wander down, See if there's any other pubs left. I'm quite surprised. This again used to be another pub. I forget what it's called. It was a Globe or... But again, it looks like it's all gone. That's a shame. That used to be a real favourite with students. I'm amazed. Yeah, it's been converted into a house. I'm amazed. All these pubs are shutting down. There. If you fancy a canal side property, I'm not sure why there's two up for sale. But again, the stonework used to continue all around the corner. You've got the River Exe down there, and you've also got the flood relief scheme. Right, on to the next one. Not going back too far when I remember there was two massive gas accumulators in there. And what a waste of that building. That is perfect, even though it wouldn't take much to bring that back into good use. I'm guessing what they've done is they've taken all the gas works, the accumulators and everything away, and they've built modern flats instead, waterside flats. Here we are, another half a mile down the canal, not sure exactly what, and I'm not sure if you can see the bottom of it's getting to be quite deep. But here we got another one of the swing bridges. This one links from, there's a big industrial estate over there, you'll have to trust me. Another swing bridge, and this one takes you down to the first lock on the canal. So there's a very well-known pub down there. This is double locks. I know what you're thinking. That's all very well, Phil. But where's the lock? Well, that's the lock. Yeah, how's that for a balance beam? Marianne does like a big one. Here we are, back of the Exeter Ship Canal, or the Exeter Canal. Double locks pubs, very famous, very popular. Here's the locks as well. It's the first or the last lock, depending on which you think. Is only two locks. I mean, the canal is only 5 miles long anyway, but this lock is massive. So, along with it being, I'm guessing, 25 feet across, it goes all the way back up to there. And our first little family of swans. 5 at the moment. Well done, Mum. That's an unusual idea.
Oh, well, good idea.
So it's a little tool station bicycle pump. So if you come down here with your bike and you get a flat tyre or something's fallen off, you get the various spanners and screwdrivers to fix it.
Bicycle pumps.
And pumps, what a great idea. And here you have another set of bridges. This time you have a swing bridge and you also have a lift bridge. It looks like the swing bridge predates the lift bridge, and I don't think you get a narrowboat under there. But there we are, that's only half a mile from Double Locks, and if we carry on then in that direction we will get to Turf Locks and then out into the estuary. Morning, we're at the end of the Exeter Ship Canal. We're just going to take a little wander down to see if we can find the last of the locks. It's a glorious day again, it truly is, so I'll spin you around and show you what we can find. I must admit I've not been down here for years now. Now I said it was a ship canal. I can't get over the size of it. I can't remember it being this big. I used to live in Exeter long time ago, and let's take a wander. I can see some masts off in the distance. I think that's where the pub is, but it's not used very often. Every once in a while they'll lift the bridges, they'll let the boats through, but canal boats are not encouraged. They're not encouraged, they're not allowed. Anyway, we're going to go for a little wander. We'll film a little bit on the way back as well, but we know there's a pub, and we'll find out. I mean, we're interested now to see if a Turf Locks is actually a turf lock. Anyway, see you in a bit. Very popular little spot this in the summer. The other lock, the other pub, the Double Locks, we would have put in before this or after it. Very popular with the students, very popular for the beer festivals, the food festivals. I think the Turf Locks is more popular with the boaters. It's just slightly further out of town. Cyclists, a lot of cyclists come down, but you can see why. I mean, it's absolutely unspoilt. You've got the canal, you've got cycle paths up above and below, and you're surrounded by nature reserves. So considering that we are literally, there was a big industrial estate over there, we are literally a 5-minute cycle away from a big industrial estate, and it's a different world. So this canal was in use up until the last commercial boat came up through in 1972. Used to carry oil or fuel. Since then it's pleasure cruisers, canoes, get the tourist boat come down through, and you might be able to see over in distance, just over the top of the hedge, is the River Exe. Limpston Barracks is slightly further down. So yeah, 1972 was the last time it was commercially used. I mean, you do get the occasional boat go through, but nothing compared to what it used to be. And the best thing about this walk is you meet some gorgeous looking people along the way. Ah, yes, that's what I meant. Ta-da! Well, this is the first real stonework that we found. I can see that there's some grooves, presumably for stop planks. Yeah, it looks like stop planks, and I'm guessing looks like they used to have a bus stop here. But oh, it's not a marina. It's just a set of moorings. I'm assuming that they all pay Exeter City Council something to moor here. What a lovely spot! A massive boat. I know it's not that big, but it's very impressive to look at. And there's a guy out here on a pontoon on his own. I'm guessing he wants a bit of privacy, but absolutely lovely. Let's go and have a look at the pub. Big Spirit. That looks like an interesting boat. The one next door to it looks like it's got some history. Maybe wooden hull. This guy here obviously doesn't get on with his neighbours. He's got his own pontoon.
Let's have a little rowboat.
I'm also guessing he's not been down here for a while. That's a shame.
Must be a nice boat.
That could be a very nice boat. But I do like Big Spirit. I wonder if it's ever had a mast or whether it's just simply...
I wonder if that's a trip boat. Got a .com address on it.
Guessing the water's low because that pontoon's leaning. But how would you fancy having one of these for a weekender? You've got a pub right there. You've got peace and quiet. Beautiful. Yeah, what a little cutie. And the answer to this question is a little rowboat, whatever you want to call it, next to that other boat. But yeah, how cute's that? Now we have Turf Hotel. We'll pop the history up above. Very nice little pub. Well, this is Turf Locks. Clearly not made of turf, but look at the size of it. You've got the River X out there, low tide at the moment. Just the size of this. You've got the Ship Canal heading off into Exeter. Got the winding gear for the sluice gates. Got some very impressive lock gates. You've got a very nice pub to boot. You see the chains going down to open up the sluice gates. Pulled in by my little friend over there. Not sure exactly what the crane is for. So that's Turf Locks, and then you are out into the estuary of the River Exe. They say obviously we've hit it at low tide, but I'm quite impressed. I'm quite impressed with the size of it. To think before we took that boat, I'd never have given it a second thought. It's just a lock. But yeah, there we are, out to the Exe, out to the channel. It is a lovely little spot. If you're ever down this way, people come down. They do food in the pub, very nice beer, but they also have, you can bring your own barbecues. So they have an area over there where you're allowed to bring your own barbecues, cook your own food. Obviously, you drink their beer from the pub. And you've got views across the estuary. You've got, I think that's Topsham over there. And what looks like Limpston. So we've got the railway track runs along the top there, runs all the way down through Dawlish, Warren, Teignmouth. That's the one that collapsed a while back, and that is the flood relief scheme for Exeter. Exeter used to flood on a regular basis. And you could just about see Exmouth Church right at the end there. Fortunately, it's a bit windy at the moment to send the drone up, so we'll just have to use the manual drone. Let's just use the manual drone. Spin around.
Okay.
So there's the train track to Exmouth, and on top of that hill over there is the... No, it's not. I'm telling lies again. The train track is down below it. That's the walkway. The train track is just inland from that. But I didn't lie about it going to Dawlish Warren, Dawlish, through to Teignmouth, and well, in fact, all the way down to Cornwall. It was disrupted a few years ago when the rail tracks got washed away. Well, that's quite a few years ago now.
2014.
Well, there you are, 2014. But you can imagine this place on a bank holiday weekend. It's absolutely full. But again, after getting used to the canals and the single locks, I'm well impressed with that. You can see why it's a ship canal. I've just been told I'm talking too much and we need to get back to the car.
We do hope you enjoyed this video of us exploring the Exeter Ship Canal. It's worth a visit if you're in the area on a visit to Devon. We'll be back on our boat next time you see us. So for now, it's bye from Phil and myself and Narrowboat Our Time, which is safely tucked up in the marina, and we'll catch you real soon. Bye for now.